Good morning, Cam Brar here for Cam's Mortgage Minute for Thursday, May 24th. Well, I want to share with you today what some of the things that OSFI wants to do. OSFI essentially stands for the Office of the Superintendent of Financial Institutions, certainly a mouthful. And what they seem to want to do is certainly a handful. What they are looking, or one of the proposals they've come out with, is to have further tightening and renewal at renewal time. So what they would like folks to be able to do is re-qualify when their mortgage is up for renewal. So not only would they be looking at your payment history, your past payment history, they'd be looking at your current credit, your current job, your property value. All of these things would now be looked at prior to you being reapproved. So what does this mean? Well, this is not good news. The bottom line is, if you've been making your payments on time to the lender and you are, you've done everything right, you've agreed to as paid, there really should be no challenge or obstacle in the way of you getting refinanced. At the end of the day, if we're going to start looking at all of these things, we are going to be opening up a hornet's nest and creating a bunch of problems. For some certain reasons, maybe you're in between jobs when the renewal is up, or you're in flux with something else, or in the interim your credit rating has suffered short term, but it has not impacted your ability to pay your debts. These things should not be held against you. Bottom line is, I, like everyone else, agree that we need to keep tight tabs on our mortgage industry because we don't want to see what happened in the US happen here. But all this tinkering is not exactly wise. We have bureaucrats now tampering with things that sometimes they don't quite understand. Now there's some rules that, hey, make a lot of sense, but when you're trying to apply a general policy, a blanket policy across the country, it's pretty tough. One of the things I think they should be looking at is regional rules based on the area and what's going on. As you know from a previous Cam's Mortgage Minute, I had mentioned to you that Toronto and Vancouver basically account for almost half of the real estate activity throughout Canada. Well, those are different markets than, let's say, where I am in Victoria, or somebody is in St. John's or some other place. We've got to look at these policies individually. And the other thing, this refinancing and retweaking of this is going to cause some real issues for folks. And people need to be aware of this, because they may think, and I know that a lot of Canadians feel, hey, we don't want what happened in the US happen here. We think that mortgage rules, tightening of mortgage rules is all good. Well, that's all wonderful, but you have to understand when they apply to you. You may be doing everything right, but the market value for your house at renewal time may be significantly lower due to the rest of the market. Does that now mean that you shouldn't qualify for the mortgage again, even though you've been making all your payments on time? Come on. If you've been doing everything right, we should be looking at making it work for you. If we're going to start kicking people out of their homes, this is going to create a problem. Again, this is something that everybody needs to have a further discussion on, and I'm certainly hoping that we keep, as far as refinancing and renewal programs, virtually is what's been going on thus far, because it seems to be working. I mean, of course there's problems here and there, but as a general rule of thumb, it's working. And if we suddenly start having people not qualify, we're going to have more houses hitting the market, which in turn is going to lower more prices, which is going to result in exactly what they're trying to avoid. Again, this is my opinion. I challenge you. I think you should be aware of what's going on out there. Call your legislator, get a hold of OSFI. You need to let somebody know of your opinions on these matters, and you need to educate yourself on what's going on. Anyway, it's been Cam's Mortgage Minute. Enjoy the rest of your day.